everybody, and welcome to Rise of the Podcast. I'm Jeremy.
I'm Adam.
I'm Matt.
I'm Kara.
And I'm your host for the evening. And I'm Brownie.
Kara, but Chris, I just want to do a show. Oh, you put it on shame cam.
Yes. Oh, Gwen? Boo.
I'm sorry.
Oh, it's playing back through here. Okay.
Wait,
what?
wasn't Kara?
No, she was, but I heard it coming back through on the feed that I have of too.
Funny.
The ultimate
Funny.
betrayal. Anyway.
I just want to say, Chris, I was waiting for that. And I'm Brownie. But I loved your intro tonight, Chris. That was dope.
And then I ruined it.
Yep.
Yes.
Anyways.
Hello, Dave.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 talkers tonight. You got your 3 regulars, but we got Adam and Matt. Hi, guys.
Hey.
Thanks for having us on.
Yeah, well, so Chris told me you guys were coming down tonight, but I did not expect to see you in costume, and it made my day.
Uniform.
Oh,
Yep.
my goodness.
Yep.
Uniform.
How
Uniform.
dare you?
You guys go around and you're Ghostbusters. That's what you do. Do you want to tell us about your morning?
Yeah. It's been all day. It's been nonstop since
all day.
the crack of dawn this morning. We had to get up bright and early, and we went directly to Boo at the Zoo.
So cool. So is there a point of that you go to the zoo and people could dress up, right? Anybody could?
Yep.
But you guys, did you prearrange it, or you just went there and you were just hung out?
We had a lot of things on tap for the weekends in October, as always.
Yes.
And Boo at the Zoo has always been an event we do, but it kind of just went through the cracks.
Got it.
And they're like, you guys have to be here. You have to be here. Are you guys coming? You have to be here. So then we're like, okay, we'll come. So they rolled out the red carpet for us. It was awesome. So
Nice. So this is about Halloween. It's not Test Matt on Star Wars. But apparently there was some Star Wars testing going on at Boo at the Zoo.
Well, because the Halloween costumes happen, and there's this popular franchise that is, what's it called again?
It
Star
escapes
Trek?
me. Yeah, Star Trek. That's what I like to call it.
The space gate people.
Yeah, the space gates. Yeah.
So you may or may not have seen one of these.
Whole family of them.
Oh, a bunch of them.
A whole family of them?
Yep.
What?
Okay, so was there an altercation with this family?
Matt had asked them if they are allowed to eat after midnight.
Oh, that's a Gremlins reference.
Yep.
How'd they take that?
Better than the mom for Chewbacca.
Oh, the Chewbacca mom. Yeah, she was none too pleased about that.
Not the Chewbacca mom, but you guys remember her, right?
She was more. This one was more vicious.
Yeah.
Far more.
Yeah, she said that.
There was a Chewbacca costume. A person walking around like Chewbacca.
Or a Bigfoot, I called it.
See, understandable.
Everybody recognizes Chewbacca.
Oh, Kara, you just Chewbacca mom, Matt. This is the second time it's happened today, Matt. So that's what this woman did to you, right?
Okay, here's the thing. I had like a little 5-year-old in my chair this week. And
Kara has a portrait of Chewbacca.
I have a portrait of Chewbacca.
In her
She'd
office.
never seen Star Wars, but she knew who Chewbacca was. A 5-year-old, Matt. A 5-year-old.
Damn.
Bigfoot's been around since the beginning of time. So, we got that.
So has George Lucas. And Disney.
It's true.
I suppose.
Yeah. But you want to tell the story about your altercation with the Bigfoot mom?
Yeah, I was like, oh, it's an awesome Bigfoot costume. Yay, come over here and take a picture with your Bigfoot costume. And the lady's like, it's not Bigfoot. This is Chewbacca. And she's holding the head
She's holding the mask up.
She's pointing at
and
the
she
mask.
walked back to you and was like, we'll get it.
To make sure that I saw
Oh my gosh,
the mask.
for real?
For real.
Ooh.
Yeah.
You're lucky you didn't get shanked that.
Or have your arms ripped off.
That too.
Yeah.
I had
That
a beam
too.
sword shoved into my torso.
I had to whisper into his ear, let the Wookiee win, and then he just let it go.
She should have taken her bowcaster. That's
You're
her
speaking
weapon.
French to Matt right now. So she was the one who was actually dressed up in it, though, huh?
No, her kid was.
The child was.
Yeah,
Oh.
she pulled the mask
The
off
child
his head.
didn't have the head on, though. The child just had, it looked like a ghillie suit.
With the iconic sash across it that anybody.
No, there was no sash.
There
It
was a
just-
sash.
I don't
Yes.
recall a sash.
I want to recreate that as an actual YouTube video of a kid walking around dressed up as Chewie, right? And then somebody calls him Bigfoot, and the mom just rips the costume
bomb has to come out of nowhere first, though.
That would just be so
Pretty
funny
much
to
what
me.
happened today.
That
It
would
was
be
great.
so
Very
funny.
much.
And then like 6 minutes later, you saw the family of Grogu.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. The
little
Gremlin
gremlins.
family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is amazing. So you guys are Ghostbusters North officially. Now we've had Matt on as Thomas S. Pumpkins.
Oh no! Ooh, no!
David S. Pumpkin.
No,
David-
none of
Tom
that.
Hanks
None of that.
is
Aren't
David
you-
Pumpkin.
You're like
No, I existed before that.
It's
hack.
John S.
No.
Pumpkin.
Are you supposed to be like the Prince of Sam Hain or something? What are you
You guys
masquerade
are
around?
killing him. You're killing him. He's the king of Halloween.
Wait, thank you, Brownie. Thank you. I'm speechless. I'm speechless at this. Yes.
There's so many wrong things that you said. It's David S. Pumpkins.
He's going-
Which is not who he is.
Give me the 20
I was
bucks
gonna
now.
say, Matt is going to bop a mom on us right now.
Yes. That's the king of Halloween, for God's sake. Yes. Yeah.
But no, so you've been Gravedigger Dave, but I have seen you most, and I think you're the happiest as Ghostbusters North.
I agree. Yes. This is what I call my second skin. This is just what I'm always in, like just hanging out, like running around the house, doing errands, whatever it is. It's this. It's the jumpsuit. It's the uniform.
So I follow both Matt and Adam on social media, and you guys post pictures from all over the place.
Yeah, there's no place that we don't go in these.
That's so crazy. How many miles have you gone this year?
This year, Google has told me I've done 17,000 miles.
That's absolutely crazy.
Do people just love it when you guys show up?
Every time.
They're confused
Yeah.
and they love it at the same
Is there a
time.
ghost here? Like,
Well, true story. So before this, we had to get something to eat between Boo at the Zoo and coming here. So we went to Chipotle.
Oh,
Yes.
nice.
And he got there before I did. And he was, a good friend. So he's like, I'm not going to let this guy cut in line. He can stand in his own line. So there's people between us. And the guy next to me, he's like, I got to show you something. And I'm like, okay. And he took his phone and he goes, you guys are in this photo that I was sent from the zoo today.
Oh my
God.
And we're like, oh, yeah, we were there. That's us. Oh, well, then he started asking about what we do. So I kind of explained that we help support Ronald McDonald House and raise money for that charity. And he's like, oh, that's really cool. And gave him a business card. Didn't think anything of it.
Yeah.
Everybody's staring at us in line and Matt orders his food. And like the guy walked past me and went and talked to the cashier and was like, I got the Ghostbusters food, which is awesome. It's really
That's
cool.
super
But like
nice.
everybody else while we're like getting food and like eating there, they're just like, what are they? Like, what's going
what
on?
are they?
Yeah. We get ghost hunters a lot. We get asked that.
I'd be like, do you see the patch?
Do you
like,
see the iconic logo?
do you see this? I've watched Ghostbusters once in my life, and I know exactly what that is.
1,000 times too few.
I was a sheltered person growing up. Okay.
You're an adult lady now.
Well, yeah, now I am.
Well, now I feel like, so we have grand plans for like the space. And I was telling you earlier about, having a community, just rock band, all these other things. We should probably do a Ghostbusters viewing with you guys sometime.
Yep, absolutely.
Get a big TV or projector, and we'll just pop on some Ghostbusters and hang out down here one night. That'd be
Heck yeah.
really fun.
Heck
I
yeah.
full on agree.
Yeah.
I have been, it's not super Halloween specific. Maybe it is. Apple cider, is that Halloween
That's
specific?
fall
Yeah,
specific.
fall.
Yeah, it's fall. Yeah.
Literally addicted to it, and I made it like every night this past week. I heat up a little kettle on the stove with just apple cider, and it's just the crisp air, the cider. It's like,
So,
I am in Halloween mode right now.
Jeremy cracked me up last night. There's a little bit left in our gooseneck kettle. And Jeremy just whips it off the stove and he sits there and pours the apple cider from the gooseneck right into his mouth. I was like, what are you doing? Like,
He's mainlining fall.
Well, if you really want to know the truth, I was actually just trying to be funny, and I was doing it, and she wasn't paying attention. So I walked right in front of her and then did it purposely. Like, hey, look at me! Look at me!
Look at me,
I'm
woman.
chugging apple cider, please.
Can't compete with her attention with a child in the house.
Listen to laugh. Yeah, exactly. All of her attention goes to Chip now.
well, I mean, yeah, obviously.
So we'll have to have a Ghostbusters night. Last year, Chris really did himself with a candy, which is really fun because now I've seen people talk about Mary Jane's and then those stupid peanut butter, black and orange.
Oh, those things.
Oh, We probably still have Mary Janes, don't we, Chris?
We have like 8 pounds of them.
There's no getting rid of those things. They
Wait,
just
who-
show up.
They multiply. The bag has gotten bigger every day.
Who was it on the podcast that commented and said he liked Mary Jane's?
They don't follow anymore, I'm pretty sure.
Dang it, we should have just sent them the entire box. They've been sitting at the old studio for
Send a
Does ever.
postage due.
As a quick tangent, Adam, what's your favorite Halloween candy?
That's a tough one. Well, Mary Jane's obviously. You can't go wrong with the Reese's peanut butter cup. You really can't.
I was eating
It is the
Reese's
king.
before
Yeah.
we got here.
Yeah.
You know what they
Baz
call them
on
in
chat says
Pennsylvania?
Mary Jane's are the best.
Reese's?
Who said that?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
No.
sorry, not the
Reese's,
best.
yeah.
I was gonna say
A lot of
Reese's.
people I work with call them Reese's.
Yeah, Reese's. Yeah.
No, it's not Reese's. I feel okay. So I have found that older individuals tend to call them Reese's. So like I'd say 70 and older call them Reese's. That's what I've noticed.
Hey, my dad is not 70.
He also grew up in Louisiana.
He's got an
right?
old soul.
No, he worked in Louisiana. He grew up in Minnesota. He was
Got
born in
it.
Wisconsin, raised in Minnesota, worked in Louisiana.
Got it.
I've always said Reese's. I thought
Really
my dad
quick
says Reese's.
about the
actually.
Ronald McDonald Playhouse. I hear about like so many different.
Did you say
charities.
Ronald McDonald Playhouse?
It's the charity, right?
It's a Ronald McDonald House.
Just a house. Right? Okay, fine.
the
The
house.
Ronald McDonald House. Okay.
We've been saving Pop Tops for them.
Perfect.
Yeah, we had.
Yep.
Kara had a coworker.
One of my coworkers,
That-
her daughter. So she delivered her daughter. She's like 3 now, I think, and she ended up having, I think it was lung problems. And so when they put her on my coworker for the first time for that, hour of skin to skin, she stopped breathing, and they didn't notice. And so she almost died. And so then she had to go to the Ronald McDonald House, and they took care of her there. And so now at work, we just, at home we save them, and at work we save all of the pop tabs. And we donate them.
Yeah, when I was, because my family benefited from it, and I always wondered like, why just the pop tab? Why not the whole can? And the reason why,
Purest aluminum.
it is a purest aluminum. There's no
Yep.
paint, filament, or dyes or anything like that in there. So, yep.
There you go. But yeah, I collect them at work now too. So once we knew, well, yeah, I got
We're
a
just
little.
diving through the trash. We're like, no.
No, I do. I like pull them out because we.
You should just have a bin there, just a little
I
Tupperware.
have a little like coffee cup. I just toss them in.
Well, you should put it out like on the table in your break room.
I just.
No, he doesn't want people coming to his cube, Kara. Have you not
No,
listened?
that's why I said the table in the break room, not his cubicle.
Oh,
I would
somebody else will
rather
steal
run
it.
around like a gremlin, just stealing little pop tabs whenever I see him. And
Jeremy just go around,
my precious. Speaking of which, random Lord of the Rings thing I read this week. Somebody named their light bulbs or their so with speech activate. I'm not going to say it. 'Cause I'm
With
gonna set 'em all
smart-
off.
smart
We have
home automation devices.
ALEXA and then GOOGLE. Okay, people
Yeah.
have those,
Yeah.
right? You can set up voice commands like if you say this, then this happens. So somebody set it up to turn on their lights. They say Gondor calls for aid.
That is sick.
All their lights come on. And I
Oh
was
my
like, I was
gosh.
like,
Reference?
that's pretty clever.
That is
That's
sick.
pretty clever. So, anyways, so that was just a Lord of the Rings because of my precious. I was, doing
It should
that,
be
but-
light the beacons. I think that'd be cooler because that's still not Star Wars, Lord of the Rings.
Oh, Kara,
Light the
don't do your
beacons.
franchises anymore.
Sorry. I like them both.
So, do you have any other Ghostbusters stories you want to tell us, like a highlight or just a?
There's a lot.
I put you on
There
the
are
spot.
so
There are a lot.
many. Oh man. We could talk a little bit about what have we done recently? Ooh, the haunted ship. We got to talk about that.
you did
The
that?
haunted ship, yeah. We were hired by the deck.
Cool.
So the way that
Sick.
we work as an organization is that we're available for community events and birthday parties and just general mischief and mayhem. And what we do is we don't charge a set amount because everybody always says, well, how much do you charge?
Right.
Well, we don't charge anything other than a donation to the Ronald McDonald House.
That's
Yeah.
so.
So as long as they write a check to the Ronald McDonald House, put our name, Ghostbusters North, on the memo line, it can be $5, it can be $500. We'll still come and put the same effort into that event so it's accessible to anybody. And then what we do is we collect the check and we mail it to Ronald McDonald House. And we also include like a letter with a story about that event and photos if we have it.
Oh, that's awesome.
And where that benefits is like knowing what the Ronald McDonald House does, and now Duluth has one too at Essentia. If you've ever been there, it's madness. Like you're worried about your child and your family, and they're putting you up so you don't have to stay in a hotel.
Yep.
And you can go nuts just like not having the comforts of home or things being the same all the time. So they will usually put up like these letters on the bulletin boards so families can read them. So hopefully we can do enough events where it changes and it gives them something kind of peace of mind to be like, oh, well, they did this. And then maybe they're from the Northland.
Right.
And then they can benefit from coming to our events.
That's super cool.
That's awesome.
I love that.
Yeah.
Now, I was going to say, I don't want to like downplay this, but it just, Kara had a garage sale and she did the do what you pay. And everybody, it seems to, when you put the ball in their court, people seem to take a little bit more responsibility than, whatever. But she had
Except for somebody who bought my lamps.
She had one person who she's really salty about, and they paid her like $1 for these like $20 lamps.
$80 lamps.
$80 lamps.
$80 lamps. And
So-
those old farts paid $1 for both. I was like, you what now?
You can tell she's still salty about it.
Yeah, she's never gonna let this go.
No,
She's gonna take it to her
to be
grave.
fair
I will.
though,
Kara's gonna haunt
whose
this
fault
land.
was
I
that?
will.
Right? But I think the way that you guys do it, it makes it even more special because you actually probably end up raising more money for the charities that way than if you just charge it a flat amount.
We do, and the nice thing about it too is that like it makes it accessible to everybody. It's not like
Absolutely.
income based. It's not
Right.
things like that. It's anybody can do it. We can go to any birthday party, and it's awesome.
Back to the social media, I've seen your guys' like posts like, "Oh, did a birthday party today," and it's just I love seeing that. It's just so much fun.
Yeah, and it's fun for us too. Like,
Yeah.
this guy. There's one
I
birthday
blend
party.
right in with the children.
he went like the family put out like the real Ghostbuster toys from the 80s. And he's there and he's like, oh my god! ah!" And like the kids want to play and he's like, get out of here! Like, ah!
Slipped one in his pocket on the way out the door.
Well, he already has 2 of them at home, so he's like, oh, you take care of that. That's awesome. Like,
And several of each.
I don't want to keep making obscure references that Matt won't get, but it reminds me of Sheldon from the episode like a Big Bang Theory when somebody leaves him at a train store and there's like a 4-year-old playing with a train, and then Sheldon goes over there and he's like having a blast and he's playing trains with like this 4-year-old and he's like, do you ever want to come to my house and play trains sometime? And they're like, Sheldon, you can't say that to a 4-year-old. And they have to like get him out of
pretty
there.
much, yeah, that's this
Like,
guy.
Matt's like,
How many
"Oh,
times
yeah."
did we tell you, like, you can't say that to kids? Like, you can't, like,
Filter,
can't
Matt.
take that
Filter.
Anybody else, it would be
Yeah.
a no. But Ray stands. He's the child of the group.
That's
He can
true.
get away with that kind of stuff.
yeah, we've now come to say, like, you can only, like, if that had been anybody other than Matt, we'd be in trouble.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Rightfully so.
That's
you
super
have a
cool.
fun story, actually, not to derail our best moments, but your neighbor across your hallway, the day that you got your fire hall, do you remember that day? And like you were making a bunch of noise? And like he knocked on your door, I guess, and was like, what are you doing in here? And you're like, oh my God. Like,
Oh yeah. It was when I bought this massive lot of real Ghostbuster figures, and I just locked myself in my place, which I call the playhouse. So
Oh,
maybe that's
fun.
why you were thinking playhouse.
Got it.
Just a little ESP going on there.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah, that's what that was.
Yep.
Yeah, so I was just like, I locked myself in there, and I was just gonna play with all these toys. I dumped them all out, running around. They got the Ecto, and I was and all the things. And then like my neighbors is knocking on the door. What's going on here?
and then he opened the door, I guess, and he saw what Matt had. He's like, oh my God, you have that? And Matt's like, I do. And if you want to come over and play anytime, you just come let me know.
2 adult men just sitting there playing with the little action figures.
So exclusivity drives me nuts, and I'm gonna go full circle with this. So on April Fools of this year, Culver's posted a curd burger,
yeah.
and it was just a bun with a giant cheese curd on it. Okay, and Kara was like, I want that, and then I was like, Kara, it's April 1st, and it was fake, right?
And I almost cried. I was like,
released one for real
yesterday, because yesterday was cheese curd day.
and so
the
maybe you can
curd
be prepared for next year.
Next year, I know, October 15th, cheese curd day.
I didn't know that was a thing. So
I will
they
be celebrating
made it
with
for real.
piles of cheese curd.
And her friends went and got one down in Missouri, and they're like, "Carrie, the nearest one's open till 9:30. You can make it." But they like sold out. They only had enough, right?
Wow.
But that reminds me again, back to the social media with you guys. Daryl, who we've had on about All Hallows Eve, you could feel the post, the fact that you shared
An ecto cooler with him.
ecto cooler with Daryl recently.
Yeah.
And he posted a picture of it, and the comments were just making me smile because everybody's like, "What? Those are for sale? And how do I get one?" And then I don't know who commented, and they're like, the only way you're going to get one is take a time machine back to 2016 and buy them all out like Matt did. And, just the whole thing. It was just an awesome story that you did that, but you busted one out for him. So I just thought that was really, really cool because Daryl seemed so excited that he got to try an ecto cooler. So
He earned it too. Like you could tell when I asked him if he wanted one, the time stopped for him.
I believe it.
Yeah.
Just
That was a highlight for us. So yeah, that whole summer was wild.
Yeah, 2016, the entire 2016 was just...
Because we literally bought everything we could across northern Minnesota, northern Wisconsin, like
I went all the way to
Minneapolis.
Eau Claire. We went to the cities. We went everywhere.
yeah.
And they're not an ecto cooler to be had for anybody else.
I remember walking into Cub one time and Matt goes, do you think they just could bring out the pallet they have in the back? I'm like, Matt, they don't have a pallet of ecto cooler. It's a couple boxes probably. And he's
Matt chased down an old lady, tackled her to the ground, ripped the ecto cooler from her cart.
So it's like, for those, if you haven't seen the previous episode or one of the previous episodes, we talked about you're doing is a documentary the best way to say it about ecto coolers specifically, which we won't go into a ton of details today because we have so much to talk about. But anyways, you've got a bunch of ecto cooler and you're making a movie about it. I've seen the trailer. We can link the trailer. Put
Oh,
it
you're
in
gonna give me more work? Is that how this is working?
Obviously.
Yeah, we'll throw a link in the description.
and check that out. But I'm so excited for that to come out. But recently, so I love Oreos, but I know they're not good for me. And so recently, Kara was just at the store the other day, and she got Pokemon Oreos. So the trading card game is absolutely it's like sells out all the time still to this day. And so these stupid Pokemon Oreos came out, and it's fun. It's fun. She opened them up. There's 16 different ones on the back. Okay, you pull one out. One side's an Oreo. You flip it over. You see what you get, right? It's kind of fun. We got all our favorites. You get Dratini, Bulbasaur, Squirtle, all these just classic Pokemon.
No Diglett.
Yeah, no dig. Sorry, Chris. You get Sableye for some dumb reason.
I know, I was
Nobody
like,
likes
Sableye,
Sableye.
what?
He's out of place. So David sends me a freaking article the next day that we buy these, that from NPR, that people are scooping these up and doing what you did with Ecto Cooler, and they're buying all the Pokemon Oreos. It's already done. It's too late to get one. We've got like 10 at our house
Maybe.
packages.
We might be down to like 7.
And not to resell or anything, but just to have so I can enjoy it
Yeah.
over time because these are fun.
Not that they don't taste any different, but
Right.
they're fun.
But so there's one that's a Mew cookie, and it's really not that rare. We found 3 now. It was cooler when we first did it and found out, but somebody put one on eBay when they first came out, and the cookie sold for 15 grand.
What?
Actually sold for 15.
and then it like still went on. So it was like then the next one went for like 6,000, and then 5, and then like 35, and then 2, and then finally they were like 100 for a while. And now they're selling like the whole pack. Like you get all 16. They put them in like coin. Like the coin collector.
Yeah, the
coin.
acrylic,
They seriously
yeah.
do,
I've
Chris.
seen that,
They're like
yeah.
they twist and then they're like they go get your 16 pack of Pokemon Oreos. So anyways, my joke is at least so we had eaten a Mew from the original pack. So it was like I've eaten a $15,000 cookie. And yeah, so that was just really funny is because I can't believe the stupid exclusivity of things, but I can only imagine what it's like when Ghostbusters, because Pokemon's low hanging fruit. It's one of the biggest generational like money makers of all time, right? And then Star Wars is really close. But Ghostbusters, to have a ecto cooler resurgence and all these things for you guys must have just been a blast that year.
Yeah, and actually this year's cool because there's a new movie coming out
Absolutely.
next month, Ghostbusters Afterlife.
Yes.
And Matt and I, we've done all kinds of events for years based on that movie coming out.
Pretty much, yep.
And this year they actually released in partnership with Campfire Marshmallows, Stay Puft Marshmallows.
Oh, cool.
So you can go to Walmart and go in the baking section and find Stay Puft Marshmallows.
In 2 sizes to boot. Yeah, the big normal ones, and then the teeny little mini puffed guys.
That is awesome. Is there going to be a sequel to the ecto cooler? You guys do?
Maybe.
them all out.
I don't know.
See, but that's a foresight you need. You need to buy all the marshmallows out now then.
We have. And I mean, that's the fun thing for us is we go to all these different retailers across all of our travels.
Yep.
Like if we're going to Minneapolis, we'll stop at like 6 Targets.
So
That's
you
my
guys
dream.
buy
I
out
love
the
Target.
stock, correct?
No, we leave stuff
You do.
behind. Yes.
So this happened to Kara, or did it happen to me?
I don't
At
know.
Super One, when she she did the same thing, right? We didn't buy them all. We just bought some, like 4, right? whenever you get multiples of something, people start to like look at you.
Yeah.
So it was
Oh,
like,
yeah, it happened to me.
She put them on, and then the cashier's like texting her friend. Apparently, these old Pokemon Oreos are rare.
Well,
You might
no,
wanna
this
come to
lady
me."
was like, I hear these things are like, it was an older lady. She was like, I hear these things are like selling for a lot of money. Is that true? And I was like, yeah, but I'm getting them for fun, right? We're not going to resell them, whatever. And I showed them that the Mew went for $15,000. And she was like, I can't believe somebody would spend that. And I was like, I wouldn't. Like, but then as I'm saying that, like the girl bagging my groceries, she's like, whips out her phone. She's texting. The moment she's done bagging my groceries, she tells the cashier, she's like, I'm going on break.
Yeah, to get some Pokemon Oreos.
Quote unquote break.
Yeah.
Suspicious.
I just, have you guys ever seen like you're buying all these marshmallows and you probably create a false, you probably look now, Stay Puft marshmallows or whatever are going to be on eBay for 15 grand or something a bag because people are going to think,
they're
look,
artificially
they're buying
inflating
them all.
demand.
Yeah, artificial inflation. That's
There
what
you
I was
go.
thinking
Yeah.
about.
No, we just have fun with them. Like, remember when we bought the Stay Puft marshmallows?
Yup.
We were in Superior. We found them at Walmart in Superior, and we're just like, oh my God, like we need to get these. We've been looking for like a month for these, right? So we bought a whole bunch of them. Like, did I really just spend like $30 on marshmallows?
I know.
And so we had just this pile of marshmallows, and he's like, okay, well, we got to give one to Jeremy, one of our other Ghostbusters. And he's gone. Like, he goes in Jeremy's house. Nobody else is home. He's gone for 20 minutes. And I'm like, what were you doing? And he's like, I can't wait till Jeremy finds his marshmallows.
Nice.
And we're like, what? What did you do with them? He's like, he never told me. And then he's laughing hysterically in the driveway. And he's like, put him under his pillow.
It would have been, he'd cut the bag open and just put them everywhere,
Right.
you know?
Well, it's funny because then, we both get a group text from Jeremy later that night. And he's like, you guys are jerks. He goes, I went to bed. Tired as could be, put my head down. I heard this noise. And there's marshmallows. And then he just starts laughing.
At least they
again.
weren't bricks, right? I mean,
That's true.
Yeah. Marshmallows would be the gentlest thing to put your head on.
Right?
Yeah. Like,
Exactly.
how can you be mad when you're like laying your head on marshmallows?
I'd be
right?
half tempted to
practically a
just rip
cloud.
the bag open, and be like, hump, eat a couple of them
Right.
and fall asleep.
It wasn't a mini cactus.
Yeah, exactly.
Truths.
So that's super cool. That is super cool. I love that. Okay, so Ghostbusters North. I love hearing your guys' story. You're traveling. Chris, when did you want to start the game?
Well, so it's just about 7:30, so we might as well start introducing this. So
Has there been any chat at all?
a little bit. So as is usually the custom when we have guests on,
Got
they
it.
generally
People
take
are
a step
just-
back. But I'm going to take this opportunity. If you guys have any questions for Adam or Matt about anything at all, anything pertaining to Ghostbusters North, anything pertaining to the stuff that they like to nerd out about, Star Wars or not, feel free to ask. But it usually falls to me by my own volition to try and come up with something special when people come on, and I like coming up with games. And I was like, what kind of 2 versus 2 type of thing could we have going on here, right? And the first game I thought of that has people paired off is the NewlyDead Game. But I was like, the NewlyDead
we
Game
got this.
isn't quite the right flavor, so we're going to play the NewlyDead Game.
Oh.
So this is going to work exactly like the Newlywed Game, but it's going to be all macabre, horror-related, death-inspired, satanic-related questions.
Ooh, our favorite things.
So-
yeah.
These are a few of my favorite things.
Here's the point for you two that you need to figure out. This is normally divided by husbands and wives for rounds. So one round, the husbands will leave, and the wives are asked questions, and vice versa. Which one of you is going to leave when Jeremy leaves, and which one of you is going to leave when Kara leaves?
I can pair off with you. Yeah.
All right, excellent. And then there is a prize at stake. Gwen, do you want to take these in and hand them to Jeremy for a second? Up for grabs for the winner of tonight's game, as Gwen gets around the front there, is a set of his and hers rusty murder knives.
Oh my goodness. Look at these.
Go on
These
your
are
own
something.
murder spree in style with your own authentic rusted shanks.
I just have to pass these over to you guys for inspection.
Those
You
are
can't go to the
definitely
store
killed
and buy
someone.
these.
I think
No, those are
I don't know.
one of one.
Matt's so excited. Way too excited.
Yeah.
Oh, you know the
my
record?
Lanta.
That sound effect was dope. That sounded just ridiculous. Better than I could have imagined.
Even though that I know we're gonna win this and beat you guys,
Yeah.
I hope you guys get to keep these for your murder room.
Right. Well, then you should. You have a room named
Need as
after
many
him.
tools as you can get for that murder.
Yeah.
I do watch a lot of true crime stuff, so if this has anything to do with true crime,
Nice. Gwen, do you want to run
I
back
might
and
do
recollect
well.
those?
we'll see.
All right. So the scoring in rounds will go as follows. So
This is
in
hilarious.
round one, the husbands / Jeremy and Adam will be answering questions related to Matt and Kara. So Matt and Kara, I'm actually going to need you guys to step outside for a couple minutes while we ask these questions.
Okay.
The fundamental operation of the way that the game works is you're trying to score points by answering the same. So if I ask a question to Jeremy, I'm asking how Kara would respond. And Kara will respond truthfully. And if the answers match,
man.
you get points. If the answers do not match, you get no points. Most points at the end wins the murder knife set.
This is going to be sweet.
Okay, so quick question for you guys then. How long have you guys been together?
7 years?
7
8 years? 7, 8 years?
Matt,
yeah.
Matt and I have been friends for 15 years.
Yeah.
So
We live together.
we pretty much do too.
We live in a firehouse together.
Yeah, we pretty much, we're always on the road together someplace.
Yeah.
I feel like this is going to be fairly even competition here. So, Matt, Kara, if you guys want to step out for a minute.
Fine. I'm going to just, listen on my phone.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
No, Dave collect phones.
It's so cold outside.
Nobody can hear you, Kara.
It's so cold outside.
All right. So we'll start with this. Oh, give me 1 second here. Can you guys see a white screen?
We will be able to in a second. Yes. Yep.
Okay, so the first thing that I want you to think about, and remember, you're trying to guess the answer that they will give. Jeremy, I'll start with you.
Okay.
Which horror villain do you think Kara would most like to be murdered by? Which? Yep. And then Gwen will provide your answers on the cards. Which horror villain would Kara most like to be murdered by?
I already got my answer, so.
Dang.
Talk it out.
I'm trying to think. Oh my goodness. Oh no. I want to say that Kara's scope of horror is so small. So I'm trying to run. She knows Chucky because of the game that we played where she ended up marrying Chucky, but I don't think she's ever going to go there. I'm trying to think who's an attractive horror villain. She used to have a crush on Orlando Bloom. Wait. Well, no. I'm thinking Darth Vader or Sauron.
He's not a horror villain.
Oh man, I'm trying to think. Who would Kara want to be murdered by?
At this point, the timer would buzz and you'd be done.
I know, I'd be done. This is bad.
Yep. This is where he'd be like, faster, please.
Okay, let me see.
This game already. Hold on. I almost forgot too. I
Does
got to put up
the Phantom of the
scorecard.
Opera or Edward's the guy from Sweeney Todd? Do those?
I think that would count.
Yeah.
Is the Phantom actually a villain?
He is, because he's one of the Universal Horror.
Yeah. So you're going with
Monsters.
Phantom of the Opera.
I'm
Phantom
gonna
of
do-
the Opera. We got to move on.
Okay,
All right,
this is fun though.
Adam. Who would Matt most like to be
Definitely
murdered
Chucky.
by?
Not even a question.
See, I could have got that.
Okay. Did you get that,
I
Glenn?
would have said that.
Yeah.
For Matt.
All right. Our card writer.
The only other answer to that is himself as Gravedigger Dave, because he's that eagle.
epic.
Oh,
But no, it has to be
yeah.
Chucky.
If you wanted to be funny,
So
you would
Chucky
say
is
Darth
the
Vader
answer.
just to blow his mind.
All
He'd be
right.
so mad at me.
We would watch you get murdered with a rusty knife.
Yep.
All right. Moving on. Your second question for the first round. Jeremy, which organ of Kara's would least likely be oh my goodness, you can read it, Which organ of Kara's would be least likely to be taken for donation when she dies?
Which of Kara's organs would least likely be taken when she dies? Well, she's gonna have good kidneys and liver.
It's kind of creepy that you know that.
What do they want, right?
Yeah, it's like which one would be the one least likely to be taken?
For me, it'd be my eyeballs. You know,
Yeah, you got crappy eyes.
because I got crappy eyeballs. And that's
All
the
right,
thing.
but
they
for
take.
Kara,
People don't take brains, right? I mean, what's sought after? Hearts, kidneys, livers. You don't take stomachs. What would be least likely be taken from Kara?
what do you think Kara would say? Remember, that's the crux of the game. What do you think Kara's answer will be? You can't say thumbs.
Her lungs.
Lungs? Lungs is the answer. Okay.
We'll keep it simple.
Adam, same question. Which organ of Matt's would be least likely to be taken for donation when he dies?
He's going to say heart because it's either too small or it's black. I would know, like if it wasn't organs, if it was just body part, I'd say fingies.
Do you know, by the way, we say fingies here. That's what we say.
That's I don't think he knows that fingers is a word.
For the record, the way that Adam is answering these, do you know when you watch Who Wants to Be a Millionaire and then they Regis Philbin is like, is that your, and the people don't even finish, final answer.
Yeah,
That is the way that you are answering these.
and this is the experience of a long friendship.
Yes.
All right. The third and final question for this round. Jeremy, who would Kara pick to torture you in hell?
Oh, jeez.
So she would pick.
She's picking the person to torture you. Who is Kara picking to torture you in hell?
Like these answers just roll to me. Like I don't even have to think. Like these are quick.
It's so funny. I know who I'd pick to torture her would be Edamon, but I'm serious. But who would she pick for me? Who annoys me? Who does she think annoys me? Or our cat, Simba. Either one would totally annoy the hell out of her.
They're both orange.
What about your coworkers?
I would, honestly, my first thought would be people coming to my desk at work, but I don't know if that works. I'd have to have a desk and everything.
I think the double would supply that.
Yeah, he's got resources.
Right? Who would the other put? Because you specifically put other person, or who would they pick to torture? A person to pick?
Yep.
Who would Kara pick? If SpongeBob's laugh doesn't even
All
drive
right,
me nuts.
quicker.
I know.
That's swanky. All right, come on, Jeremy.
I know.
Pick literally anybody.
I don't know. Who does Kara know that I hate? David, who do I hate? It is funny. We'd have to say it lighthearted.
Oh yeah, no, it's
Yeah.
obviously joking.
Well, let's
Love
do
your
it.
dad.
Let's just do it.
Okay, lock it in. His dad. All right, Adam. Who would Matt pick to torture you in hell?
Without a doubt, Michael Myers.
Nice.
I absolutely hate Michael Myers and the whole Halloween franchise. And even today, we found like a mask, a Michael Myers mask at Avery's. He's like, "Well, you should buy this." I'm gonna get that out of here.
All right.
How do you spell Myers for Michael Myers?
Meyers. Okay. That is going to conclude your guys' answers for round one. Go ahead and bring the other contestants back in. All right. I'm very excited. So this first round, everyone is worth 5 points. Yep, deliver the cards. Gwen will be handing you cards. You hold the cards face down. You will reveal them from the top down as their answers. No peeking. So yep, just keep them right on your lap, just like that.
I got hypothermia because of you.
Sorry, it was all my fault too because I could not
That's
pick.
Yeah,
That's
it
what
was
David said.
specifically Jeremy.
Yeah.
So this first round is worth 5 points.
Ooh, okay.
All right, exilees to the outside.
Don't even think about these. Just fire off whatever
The
you got.
first,
That's what I do always. Yeah. Don't even think, just do.
Perfect.
all right, the first question we asked.
You might as well look at me, Care Bear.
The first question we asked.
Does the question get posted? Oh.
We asked Jeremy, Kara, which horror villain would Kara most like to be murdered by? Kara, which horror villain would you most like to be murdered by?
I don't know.
Oh boy, it's just like the other side.
I don't know a lot of horror.
This is a word for word going the exact same
This
way.
is why you got hypothermia, because it took him forever.
The only horror I can think of is like Chucky.
Is that the answer you're going to go
But
with?
would you like to be murdered?
No, of course not.
You have to
Who
get
would you
murdered.
like
Which one
to
would
be
you like to be
murdered
murdered
by?
by?
I don't know. That's
I
okay. So there's
Jeremy,
Jason.
you're not allowed to talk.
I suppose there's Jason, right?
right, you gotta pick one.
Freddy Krueger.
You got to pick one.
Obviously.
Can I say one thing?
No, you're not allowed to talk. This is how well you guys know each other.
I don't know. Darth Vader doesn't count because he's not.
Oh my God!
Wait, Darth Vader.
Well, you don't know. Do you? They said that's not a horror villain.
Kara, pick
freaking hate
someone.
this.
Literally anybody. All
Fine, Jason.
right,
Okay,
Jeremy.
all right.
Jeremy answered. Go ahead and turn the card over.
Oh, the Phantom. I mean, Phantom's not a horror though.
It was
There was a lot of discussion, and we decided that he was
my
a horror.
first
Okay.
choice was Darth Vader, and I was like, okay, who's hot in a movie that Kara's seen?
Jeremy,
right?
your first answer was she's probably going to say Chucky or something because she got him in that game. But would she pick him? Literally, you went down the order of the things that Jeremy said in order.
You need to watch the episode after this, and it's really funny.
Okay,
We should
there's
get bonus points just for that.
We
no
should.
points for you guys. Matt, we asked Adam which horror villain you would most like to be murdered by.
Well, who would I like to be murdered by? Well, Chucky.
And Matt said, it's Chucky. Oh my goodness.
Awesome.
Off to a
I
flying
don't know
start.
horrors, so I guess this is gonna suck if it's not true crime. Okay.
Just got to update the scorecards here real quick.
Sorry.
They're little
Oops.
gravestones.
Sweet.
Cute.
I should have been the one to answer the questions.
I
Jeremy.
seriously said the only horror person she knows is Chucky, and I was like, but she really would probably like to be like Darth Vader, or I did say somebody else, and then it was down between Sweeney Todd and Phantom.
Oh, Sweeney. I guess technically Sweeney Todd would be a horror.
I didn't even debate. I just said Chucky.
Well, obviously.
So
Obviously.
Well, when he said Chucky, I'm like, I could have said that about Matt.
Yeah, exactly. Somebody who didn't know Matt could say that about Matt.
So
my second
Jeremy,
answer. What would be your second answer for that?
Well, probably Michael Myers or Jason would be number two.
I said Gravedigger Dave because he's that full of himself.
Oh, God bless him. Yeah,
Your reaction was worth it.
So Jeremy Swanky said, geez, doesn't even know who his wife wants to be killed by.
I know.
I mean, I would be killed by Darth Vader, but you guys said Darth Vader's not horror, so.
He's not. He's space fantasy.
How cool would it be to get mowed down by Darth Vader?
Heck yeah,
I'm
you
just
know
saying.
how quick that'd be too?
Well, unless you get choked
No
out.
blood?
We actually got to hang out with Darth Vader.
We hang out with him,
Yeah, he's a
And
pretty
you guys
cool
are
guy.
both alive. You didn't make him angry. That's good.
I did make him angry.
did,
though.
he did.
I said, "You're that guy from Star Trek, right?" And I came over and I did this whole thing to him, and he was like,
Live long and
Yeah.
prosper.
Yeah, and he's like 6'7". He's a big guy.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
so like legit Darth Vader.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then he said, "Yep, that's me," and then he like picked me up and like
Yeah.
hugged
Yes.
me.
And then you died.
Like, we just partied all night.
Yeah,
Shot.
Spencer Wilding.
Well then.
Yep.
Oh my gosh.
All right. The second question we asked Jeremy, which organ of Kara's would least likely be taken for donation when you die?
Which organ of mine would I least
When
like?
you die, what organ are they saying no to?
Fired it out there because
My eyes.
Jeremy wrote down her lungs.
You can take, I mean, my lungs are fine, but like if they take my eyes,
You run marathons, and you're always like,
but if that is, I'm dead. I'm dead.
what? They're not conditioned. They're not conditioned. You don't ask her the same questions, right?
No.
I was going to say, you wouldn't take my eyes. My eyes. Your eyes work. Mine don't.
I feel like one of you guys is sleeping in the studio. I don't think it's her.
Jeremy can sleep in the basement with the spiders.
All right. We'll move on to you guys. This is probably our only shot to not have them score points.
All right, Matt, we asked Adam the same question. Which organ of yours would least likely
gonna
be
be really
taken for
mad.
donation when you die?
Okay.
If you get this.
My fingies.
That's not an organ.
Fingers aren't an
Not an
organ.
organ.
It's not an organ? Okay. All right.
He
That's
did
an
say that.
appendage.
He did say
did
if he
say
said body
fingies.
part, he would say
I know it.
But I was going to say your thumbs if that was the case.
Oh, they could take my thumbs. Oh,
No, they wouldn't
they
take
wouldn't
them,
take
though.
No, they wouldn't take them, but they could totally take them if they wanted to. Oh, at least like, okay, I read that incorrectly. Never mind.
My heart, because I'm the heart of the Ghostbusters.
And Adam said his heart.
But for a slightly different reason. Yeah. Is either too small
Or it's black.
or it's black.
Oh, both. Why not both?
Well, this should be unexpected to
Kara,
no one. It is
we need
10
scoreboard.
nothing after the first round. Or sorry, midway through the first round. We got one final question for the first round contestant.
This is gonna suck. I'm sorry.
The last question we asked, Kara, we asked Jeremy, who would you pick to torture Jeremy in hell? Kara, who would you pick to torture Jeremy in hell?
Trying to think of somebody that super annoys you, just you cannot stand.
She has a list.
All right, Kara, who is it?
Is this somebody you work with?
Well, you got to pick an answer, so pick somebody.
Rick Goodell.
Way to name drop.
Wow, first and last name.
Yeah, do you want to give us?
I want to give her one more guess.
That's fair because he was going to pick someone from work and he decided not.
Oh,
You guys are behind. I'll give you the second.
Remember they
chance.
said don't think about it? Who annoys me the most?
your dad.
It is
I was really worried about a shutout there for a while. I feel good on the other team knowing that you guys got that one.
I don't have to sleep in the basement tonight. I thought about everybody. I'm like, who could it be? And then they're like, you could go with. And I'm like, you're right. I could go with that person. I said light-hearted.
Yes, this is in jest. This is
In-jet because he just holds me to a higher standard than anybody else. That's all. So when you deal with someone like that, it's like, oh, there you go. So.
He's like, you call this hell, son?
Yeah.
When I was in hell.
That's exactly it. That's exactly
It's a lot hotter. There's more flames.
Yep.
All right, Matt, we asked Adam the same question. Who would you pick to torture Adam in hell?
Michael Myers.
Oh, and of course, it is Mike.
Yeah. Did you write Mike Myers? You spelled it wrong.
Yeah, no, I didn't write that.
That's
Yeah.
my fault. I didn't know how to spell.
That's okay. That's okay.
Not,
you get a free pass.
Not Austin Powers, Mike Myers.
Although that would be terrifying.
Yeah.
Yeah, he'd be harassing you the whole time.
Right.
Throwing 60s references at you.
Wayne's World reference. Alice Cooper would be there at least.
That would be cool.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
All right, so after the first round, a clean sweep by Matt and Adam, 15 points.
We'll do better this time, Jeremy.
5 points for Jeremy and Kara. The good news is the second round, the points are double. They're worth 10.
Hey.
So we're
We
gonna
got
ask
this.
we're gonna ask Adam and Jeremy to step outside for a couple minutes as we do the questions for the next round.
Could have done this in the old studio.
Enjoy the cold.
Ooh, what a long way you guys have come. Now you can play the newlywed game.
Right? Well, okay, we rock the newlywed game. The NewlyDead game? Whew. Nope.
All right, are you guys ready for the next set of questions?
Sure.
Toads.
Okay, Kara, we'll start with you. And so these are Jeremy's answers that you're trying to guess. So in the zombie apocalypse, what is Jeremy's weapon of choice?
Chainsaw.
Chainsaw, right off the bat, no question.
He loves Ash versus the Waking Dead or whatever it is.
Ash versus, okay,
Evil Dead.
Yep, that one. Chainsaw.
All right. We'll lock it in. Matt, what is Adam's zombie apocalypse weapon of choice?
It could be between two things. Ooh, it could be between an axe because he's a firefighter, and it could be between a proton pack because he's a Ghostbuster.
Oh, dang.
But
That's a tough one. I'm gonna go with my heart here and say proton pack.
Okay. Is that one word or two? That's 2 words.
2 words.
would that take out a zombie?
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah. Melt your face off, man.
Yeah, it wrecked that courthouse for sure.
Yeah.
All right, our next question. Kara, Jeremy just killed somebody. How does he dispose of the body?
Acid.
Easy enough. I feel like Kara somehow is thinking about this a little bit. You think he'll go with acid?
And that's what they do in Breaking Bad. They melt the guy's body in acid.
Yeah.
All right.
It works when it's not a bathtub.
Right? Well, I mean, he was specifically told to get a tote, and he didn't.
Yeah.
Yep. That's on Jesse.
You can't leave
That is on
anything to
Jesse.
Pinkman. Yeah.
No, you can't. Nope.
All right, Matt, same question. Adam just killed someone. How does he dispose of the body?
In a quarry that he knows about.
Okay.
In a quarry.
A quarry.
I mean,
You guys-
Jeremy would probably use it to do something on base.
Quarrry. You
We're
guys
gonna
are
go with acid.
much more expedient than the other two. Well, Jeremy specifically. Adam was pretty quick. All right, your final question, Kara. Jeremy has just bought a haunted house. How many ghosts is too many?
1.
One? You think Jeremy thinks one ghost is too many?
Yep.
Okay. Matt, Adam just bought a haunted house. How many ghosts is too many?
I would say there aren't too many for him.
Okay.
There's not too
See,
many.
Jeremy and I aren't into ghosts like Adam and Matt are, so
Interesting.
I do not want a ghost in my house. Thank
Plus, he can
you.
get rid of the ghosts. He can just be like, yeah, get out of here. And
Man, if there was a ghost in my house, I'd go through that whole entire suck with holy water. I'll tell you what.
All right. We'll give Gwen a second to finish these. She'll hand you the cards, and we'll get the other guys back in.
They had to stand out there for what? A minute?
That was, well, Jeremy is the one who couldn't make up his mind. So I think maybe you should talk to him about being better knowledgeable about you. So when you reveal the cards, have them flat on your lap face down. Reveal from the top down.
Okay.
thank you.
All right, go ahead and let him in. Thank you, Gwen. Thank you, Dave.
We'll see how well I know Jeremy.
They apparently give a crap about you guys.
I just hope I answered this correctly. I mean, I'm assuming I did, but I don't know.
Kara want to
That'll
get
be for
killed
fun,
by.
yeah.
I just like Darth Vader.
All right, guys.
You had to put the horror villain at the beginning of that.
Welcome back. It's Halloween.
It is cold out there. So I'm sure it's buttoned up.
I froze. I wasn't joking about hypothermia.
I'm sitting in here, do, just taking my time.
Okay.
My wife isn't freezing out there. She's fine. She's fine.
See, we're still dressed for Boo at the Zoo, so we're good.
We're in it all day.
Remember, this round, the points are worth 10 each question. Let's see how you guys did. Jeremy, we asked Kara, if Jeremy was in the zombie apocalypse, what would his weapon of choice be? What weapon, Jeremy, are you choosing to defend yourself in the zombie apocalypse?
Oh, no.
Don't think too hard.
Oh, no. Does that have to be real or fake?
It's your choice.
Oh, no. I mean, oh goodness. My first thought was just a classic, just AR, classic gun.
Okay.
My second choice was a car, but then my second choice also went to lightsaber.
Okay.
All right, so it's like,
So what's your apocalypse weapon of choice? Zombie apocalypse weapon of choice.
lightsaber.
Kara answered the chainsaw.
Oh, that's Bruce Campbell's favorite weapon of choice.
Yeah. Shoot first, think never.
All right, Adam, we asked Matt the same question. Adam, you're in the zombie apocalypse. What is your weapon of choice?
Proton pack.
Matt answered.
There we go.
Is this what it feels like to get hustled? This is what it must feel
I
like.
am disgusted with
This
you.
is what it's like for a mom.
Well, okay, for the record, shotgun would have been a much better choice.
But I assumed you liked Ash versus the Evil Dead so much that
But his boomstick is what's really funny.
Yeah.
I would have picked lightsaber for you. I would have went there.
See, thank you. Like my immediate thing was like, okay, Star Wars.
I didn't. Did I even pause for
No,
saying chainsaw?
she instantly chainsaw.
Yep.
All
There's
right.
no
Well, at least you had
hesitation.
the. You're going to be wrong. Be confidently wrong.
That's fair.
No, I'm serious. It's like carrot. Next time.
Jeremy's going to be sleeping on the couch tonight.
When you sleep at the studio, sleep confidently at the
Okay,
studio.
I want to put this on Kara really quick because I would have probably said shotgun for Kara. What would you have picked actually for yourself?
In a zombie apocalypse? Probably a chainsaw or probably a shotty.
Yeah. See, you even referenced
that's
it
me.
by slang.
Katana.
Probably a shoddy.
Katana.
But that's me.
Yeah, but you were leading her to that because you're like, I would have chose this for
See,
you.
that's why you got to
Yeah.
isolate people so they
I
can't
know.
be influenced.
They can't be
All right.
influenced. All right, here we go. There's a chance for redemption.
All right. The second question we asked Kara,
I'm
if
not
Jeremy just
confident
killed
about
somebody,
this anymore.
How would Jeremy dispose of the body?
Oh no.
Jeremy, how
Dissolve
are you
them in
getting
a
rid of that
bathtub.
corpse? What's that? All
Dissolve them in a bathtub.
right, Kara, your answer, acid in the bathtub, but not in the bathtub.
Just-
We're going to give it to him. That is 10 points.
Breaking Bad. Well,
Yep.
Breaking Bad.
Yeah,
Yep.
no, that's.
But I mean, what's his face did say
Put them in a rubber.
in a tote.
Yeah. It takes me. I got to learn that lesson myself.
So anyway, yay baby!
Woo! I didn't overthink that one. I just went with it. Like the first thing I know is acid.
See, you
There you
gotta
go.
go with your gut.
Yeah, you got to go with your gut.
That's the most important lesson you've learned today.
Yep.
All right, Adam, we asked Matt the same question. You just killed somebody. How are you disposing of the body?
Sounds premeditated.
Yeah.
If anybody goes missing, I don't. We weren't here.
Right.
I'd probably have to say the same, acid.
Oh, the
Sorry.
first miss. He said in that
Quarry.
quarry, you know.
In a quarry.
Yep.
Okay.
You just strike me as a
If you-
quarry type.
If you had gotten that right, I'd be like, you guys are sharing brainwaves somehow. Don't lie.
You remember how
There's
you
a
said you
ghost
felt good when we
whispering
got
between
one?
you
I finally
guys.
feel good you guys got one wrong.
All right, our last question for the second round. Jeremy, you just bought a haunted house. How many ghosts is too many?
For myself,
Yeah, it's your haunted house. How many ghosts are too many?
this is a really interesting question because I'm already overthinking it, but you're buying it to be haunted.
No. You bought a house. It turned out to be haunted. How many
Okay.
ghosts is too many?
Got it.
So you
Got
just
it.
bought a studio.
Yeah. And it's got, How
Yeah.
many is too many?
Now it's already
honestly,
yours.
one is too many ghosts.
Kara's answer, 1.
Hey.
I know you better than you know me.
When you put it up there, it says you bought a haunted house, so that seems
Well,
intentional.
I tried to make it short enough without explaining
Got it.
the premise over
Got it.
that. The heart of the thing is you bought a house. It turned out to be haunted. How many ghosts is too many?
And if it's Casper,
The friendly ghost. We
See,
take
when
it.
I tested this question on Gwen and Marty, they're like, "What kind of ghost is it?" And I was like, "It's random, anywhere from Casper to whatever."
I love that's a baseline. You guys need a
the Babadook. Yeah, I said anywhere from Casper to the Babadook.
You need like the Scoville scale. You know, they like the peppers and then ghost pepper and then Carolina Reaper or whatever. You guys need one like Casper, and then you move up. You know, and then you've got like Poltergeist.
Oh, that'd be hilarious.
Wouldn't that be funny?
You guys should
That'd be
totally
cool.
make a graph like
Good
that.
idea. Yeah. Gozer can be number 10. Class 10 Gozer.
Nice. All right.
It's the Ghostville scale.
Oh my gosh. Boo. Oh, I didn't even
Literally,
mean it.
boom.
Adam.
You just bought a house. It turned out it was haunted. How many ghosts is too many?
There's no such thing.
Doodly-doo.
Not too many.
Not too many.
I'm glad we threw that last question. So they
You
went on to us.
guys are ridiculous.
That was the intent. Yeah.
Man.
Well, surprisingly enough, it's only a 10-point game after 2 rounds. There's one final 25-point question. This one, you're going to answer in person together. One's going to hand out some whiteboards. Carrie, you can just toss those anywhere.
Ooh, spicy.
So as she hands those out, we get this prepped.
Can I have the mint green?
So you guys are trying to agree with each other on
one.
this answer. So there's going to be a question. You're going to agree,
Are these
try to agree with
magnetic?
each other in your responses.
Spicy. Y'all can have that. Ooh, red, white, and blue. How patriotic. Thank you.
You're taking the red for blood, huh?
Yup.
Well, speaking of ghosts, I get Casper the whiteboard.
Yeah.
That was my second choice.
Oh my goodness. This is too wholesome for a murder game.
All right, Gwen, can you give me a 20-second
New
time?
studio.
What?
Just stuff from erasers or Amazon basics.
Yeah.
I was just supposed to say we've upped our game. New erasers, new whiteboards, and then it's like, ooh, Amazon.
Well, they have the old whiteboards, actually.
Oh, sorry guys.
All right. Sad intrude. It
They're
would-
haunted.
They're broken in. Yeah,
All
they're
right,
haunted.
contestants,
They're haunted.
Just so
the
you-
answer writes
so-
itself.
you guys get 20 seconds from the time I finish this question
Good
to
luck.
finish your answers.
Oh,
Your
Lord.
final question for 25 points, anybody's game.
No, we can't table talk during this.
Nope, this is complete silence.
Okay.
The final question, which of you is most likely to commit murder? Go.
Done.
Between Jeremy and me?
Between the two of you,
Oh.
and then Adam and Matt, between the two of you, which of you is most likely to commit murder? 10 seconds. 3,
I'm surprised this was easier for me.
1, and that is it. All right, we'll start with Kara and Jeremy. Which of you is most likely to commit murder? Your answers, please. Congratulations, they both answered Kara. That puts you into the lead, surprisingly, with 50 points.
I was a little nervous that you guys were still clacking away with only a couple seconds left on your boards there. I was nervous.
I would also
flair.
agree that Kara would be most likely to commit murder, so I think that might be obvious. But Adam, Matt, for the win, which of you is most likely to commit murder?
3, 2, 1.
Oh my God.
Of course you'd think I would.
You're Gravedigger Dave.
You're Gravedigger Dave.
He doesn't murder people.
You're the
He deals with
prince.
people
You're
that
the
have been
prince
murdered.
of spooky
Darkness.
season.
Yeah. That doesn't mean I murder people.
You dress like Chucky 148 days out of the year.
Okay, so when I thought it was all of us that we were going for, I was writing Matt, and then I had to clarify. So you were my first choice as well.
Yeah,
When
you psychopath.
can you hand out our lovely husband and wife murder knife set to our winners? Surprisingly, Jeremy and Kara.
Who's got longer arms?
You pick.
You or me?
I probably do.
Okay, you get the shorter knife, I get the longer knife.
What?
I got shorter arms, so I need the longer reach.
Look at this. Look at this knowledge. That completely eludes me, and she's already talking about she's got to be able to reach stabby.
You guys now have to plan your murder.
Can we crowdsource let's officially name these? This is like Stabby McStabface. Is that too generic? People, write
This
your
is
answer.
Deathbringer.
We'll name these things.
Deathbringer. She's already named it.
Deathbringer.
I don't
Dang.
even need comments. Deathbringer.
I think it's because I listen to true crime. That's why Jeremy thinks I'd murder people more.
You think you could get away with it?
Yeah,
He would still
all
be.
the ways to get
To be fair, he would still be planning the murder, and the person would just die of natural causes.
That's
From
true.
what I've learned in this game.
Yes.
That's true. Me, I'd be like, you're dead. Whoosh.
All right. Just give me 1 second to switch the screen back here.
I listened to true crime podcasts on the way to Brainerd today and back.
Nailed it.
All right. Well, there you go, guys. That was the NewlyDead game. How'd you feel about it?
That was fun.
Yeah.
The
It was
only reason.
enlightening,
Yes.
to say the least.
What?
Yeah.
We got 2 questions wrong. That was it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, Jeremy and Kara pulled it out at the end somehow. It's like games that were invented in the 60s were made so that it didn't really matter until the last question.
In true classic fashion. No.
Did I get any of your questions right?
No. Nope. Oh yeah, you did. No, you did. My dad.
Oh yeah, that's right.
But that was I gave you a layup. Without that one, Chris, was there more than a 5-point lead?
Let's see. Let's pull
I
up
would
the
have
scorecard
tied.
again. 50 to 35, so you
Oh.
still would have had 10
Okay.
points.
So
That
sorry,
25
I just
point
want to make
question
sure
at
it was
the end did
fair.
it.
I
'Cause-
appreciate that she
yeah.
pointed at you with that knife.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah. But no, so yeah, that was that. But I that what was funny for me is that she still did say Darth Vader is like the first person who came to mind if she had to get murdered by somebody.
So now that we've concluded this, how well do you feel like you guys know each other?
Well, I think everybody here knows the person that they're with.
Now
I
that
know
you guys are
Jeremy better
holding
than he
murder
knows me.
weapons, how do you feel about it?
So, Matt, when you were outside, he seriously for yours. He was like killed by yep, Chucky, yep. Adam immediately knew.
Well, I was asking Jeremy, he's like, I got my answer already.
I already know.
Yep, already know. So that was pretty fun to see that. Yeah, it was fun to see
I
that.
still think you'd be the one to murder somebody.
As much as you get angry, you would fly off the handle and kill somebody. 100%.
Adam would be planning the murder. You just get angry and be like, no, and just kill the person.
I'd murder the person, and then you'd cover it up because you have that kind of brain.
But it's not about covering it up. It's just about straight rage murder.
Teamwork, sweetheart. It's about teamwork.
See, you're already angry.
Don't
it's a good thing he doesn't have the knife.
Do you remember today the whole knew we were coming here? And every time you're like, don't you throw me under that bus. Don't you, oh no.
And yet, here we are.
Here we are.
No, it reminds me, it's like cumulative here. So I'm sorry, Matt, you'd be the one who killed him, but at least you guys could put him in acid in a quarry, right? There you go.
Oh, hey,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah,
there you
smell
go.
like corn
How they'll
nuts.
find our bones.
Yep.
Then they can check the dental though. So you
Then
gotta do
you'd
something
not
about
if
that.
they don't have
Enough
teeth.
acid. Yeah.
Or there's been some construction going on over in a part of Duluth we're at, and there's a big layer of rock. So they're grinding it down, and they're doing the thing where they have all the conveyor belts. So it goes from like boulders, then that goes up the conveyor belt and gets ground up and dropped in, and then it goes to like pebbles, and then it goes to dirt, and it's the coolest thing to see. So a quarry.
If you go
There's
missing,
going to be no teeth.
we know now.
There's going to be no teeth that make it through
I
that
have
process.
Deathbringer to protect myself.
Well, I'm going to change his name to Blocky McBlockface. There you go. Perry.
It's a knife.
Riposte or whatever.
You saw me kill the ninja on Sekiro last night.
After the 12th time.
You know what? I still killed him. I still killed him.
So
With Sabimaru.
Kara's been playing this game called Sekiro. It's like with a ninja in it, and it's like Dark Souls level of difficulty. I mean,
Sure.
yeah,
Yeah, okay.
So it's just very, very difficult, right? And so I
video
saw a
game,
funny
by the
meme. A funny meme, and it said, after you got killed by the boss the 452nd time, and then you finally win, know your place, trash. And that's all I
how I
can think when
felt.
Kara plays this game. She dies, and then she finally wins. She's
That's
like,
also Bomberman with him. Like,
Yes.
my 460th loss. I'm like, yep.
Oh, you dare challenge me.
Yep.
Yeah.
know your place,
Bow to
trash.
your master.
That's pretty epic.
All right, well, so I was hoping that you guys would all hate each other at the end of that game, but it looks like you came out of it just fine.
Now, we're going to have a long ride home.
You know what you could do with these knives? You can make a clock. This would be the seconds hand, and that would be the minutes hand.
The death clock. Time.
Yes! And then, so then once it like went to the hour, like there'd be some sort of like LED lights that made it look like blood's dripping down from the hour that it is.
You say lights, I say actual reusable fluid.
So like Ben Nye fake blood.
Yes.
I like it.
Yep.
I like it. Wouldn't that like right?
Yeah.
How much would you pay for a clock like this?
I don't know. I wouldn't pay anything for it.
Well, it's your lucky day for 3 easy payments of nothing.
Let's just say that clock retails at $80. How much would you pay for it?
Oh, right.
$1?
Yeah, 50. Oh, that was good.
No, it had to be 2 for the $1. Otherwise, it'd just be 50 cents for the 1.
Kara is still salty about this.
I'm glad Kara didn't have the knives that day.
I'd have been like, "You what, old man?"
Yeah, that's what you should do. Would you just
now I see
put
your
a big
answer,
rusty
Jeremy.
knife on the
Yeah,
table
see?
right next to the sign that says,
it
"Pay what
was
you want."
no question when they're like, who's going to murder someone? It absolutely would be Kara. I do want to tell a funny story. So I'm the one who's responsible for the maintenance and stuff on cars. Kara's tabs have been expired, everybody.
Oh yeah.
You know,
Jeremy,
everyone cop and croquet watches.
Jeremy got one step closer to death today.
I get the phone call today, and I'm right. It's like if there's an example of when I shouldn't answer my phone, it was today at this specific.
I was
time
actually
doing
surprised
something,
you answered.
and so I got the brainwave. I'm like, I need to answer this phone call. So this VIP that I was working with, I'm just like, sorry, bud, got to answer this. So I answer it, and I can just tell Kara's like,
I was
well, I got pulled over. Apparently, my tabs are expired.
Since
Well, it
July.
turns out she passed a cop. She passed a cop. No wonder why you got pulled over. If you wouldn't have
I was
passed
going
them-
the speed limit. And so when he pulled me over, he was like, "Yeah, I'm pulling you over because your registration's expired." And I was like, I was wondering. I was like, I was going the speed limit. And
There's definitely not a dead body in the back of my car.
yeah, don't worry about that smell. It's fine.
Yeah, good. You
It's
know about the
fine.
tabs. Yeah, that's it.
That's
it.
fake blood dripping out of the back of my
had
car. Don't
to
worry
laugh
about it.
Because of course she passed it. So he was going 5 under, and then it split to 2. So then she goes around him and passes him.
And then he's in the right lane. I go into the left turn lane to get to where I'm going. And I see him just go boop right behind me. I'm like, I'm going the speed limit. I
Were you
am in the
aware
clear.
that he was a police officer?
Yeah.
If he was going 1 mile an hour on the highway, I still wouldn't pass him.
Really?
a lot of people don't.
I totally do. I'm like,
I was playing with fire there.
he's going 5 under. I'm going past. I'm not speeding past
Chip's
him.
probably swinging around in the back seat, unstrapped. She's got a CBD oil on the front seat. You
No,
know?
my joint is on the front seat.
Yeah, your joint's on the front seat. She
An
just
open
rolls
can of
by
beer.
him. What are you gonna do? Huh?
I'm going
Then
the speed limit.
surprise Pikachu face when he lights her up. So, huh?
God.
Anyway, he was super nice, and I was just like, my husband takes care of all
It gets
this
even
stuff.
better.
Well, I
It gets
want
even
to say
better.
before you finish this should be Kara's responsibility to see that her registration's expired.
Jeremy takes care of all this shit, and he promised
You
me.
see your license plate every time
I
you
don't
walk
look
to
at
your
my
car.
license plate. Do you look at your license plate every single time you go to your car?
I do because I have a common car.
I'm just saying.
So it gets even better. So he goes, well, let me at least see your license and your insurance. Guess who didn't have proof of insurance?
Guess whose fault it is? He said he was going to put it in 1Password. Did he put it in 1Password? No, he didn't put it in 1Password.
I unfortunately, Kara, the court doesn't care that it was Jeremy's quote unquote job to do that. I'm going to have to
This
issue a
guy was
citation.
very nice, and I told him, I was like, my husband takes care of all this stuff. I haven't had to take care of it in years because he's normally on top of it.
So, Brownie, when you started this game, did you plan on giving them murder weapons and then bringing the story to the forefront?
This is how therapy should work. I do feel like I can say what's on my mind. I got a little protection.
Yes.
Mine's bigger.
But knives are better because you can
Jeremy?
suffer a lethal blow and you can.
How does this make you feel about your father?
Well, really, my violence has been always with me.
Oh, okay. Good.
No,
Anyway, the cop was very nice, and he was like, these things happen.
these things happen. Go
So
ahead,
I
keep
called him
sloughing
Jeremy.
off.
I was like, hey, Jeremy, I need the insurance. Because I had gone in 1Password, it wasn't there. And I was like, okay, let me call my husband, find the insurance. He was like, yeah, okay, I'll just go run your license. So he went back, ran his license. Jeremy texted me the insurance, and all was good. He was like, I'm just going to, no citation, nothing, just going to let you, gate
Next time
tabs.
I'm driving like a reckless maniac, I'm going to be like, oh,
I
my
wasn't
wife
driving like a
normally
reckless
drives.
She was going 40 to 45.
Don't give me a ticket. It's her fault.
It's her fault.
You know, I've got a son named Chip, and ever since he came around, I'm
Yeah,
the worst
right.
driver.
Right. Really, it's because that guy in the back
Technically,
seat there.
I mean, it's her fault for stopping and pulling over, right?
It's her fault.
Should've just kept
You're
going.
admitting guilt by pulling over.
That's always enough.
And then they catch me, and then it's child endangerment.
She was in the
You
car.
learned that fun little trick about acid and bodies today.
I mean, I do carry.
And I did notice you said, but then they catch me. That's assuming they catch you.
Yeah.
And that's assuming. Okay, but here's the thing. I'm driving a Kia Sportage.
Even better. I mean, OJ had a white Bronco. He
Yeah,
wasn't
that's
complaining.
Miles.
That's true.
If it doesn't fit, you must have quit.
Yeah.
He wasn't speeding either, though.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
doing
he was
45.
definitely going on.
Pretty sure he was wanted on more than I was wanted on.
But
Was
you know
he?
what's funny? It
Was
wasn't.
he?
It wasn't. Was it a knife? Wasn't it?
Oh, he's
Probably.
dead.
So they say.
Yeah, it was a knife.
Hey, we actually got to hang out with Kato Kalin.
We did. That's,
a funny
weird.
story,
That's weird,
It all
yeah.
comes full circle.
It does. It does.
Nice guy.
Did you ask him? No, you didn't ask him, did you, about any of that stuff?
What do you think? I just tell people things that I shouldn't be telling them? Like, hey, stayed at a guest house. Did you hear anything? Like,
I was going to ask him, but I had a bigger
Yeah.
fish to fry.
yeah.
There's more stuff going on.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on. He was at an event, a Ghostbusters event in Los Angeles that we were invited to, and we didn't expect him to be there. And he just showed up and we're like, is that Kato Kalin? He was like the MC of the event.
Oh, cool.
Like Wizard World hires him to come to all these events.
cool.
And yeah, but we're like, do we ask him about the murders?
Yeah.
And then we were on the flight back and we found that O.J. Simpson, like US Weekly or whatever, he was on the cover for
Yep.
something else. We're like, this is weird.
It's a deja vu all over again.
Yeah, we just hung out with that guy like 6 hours ago. Like,
Yeah.
that was weird.
I get that's enough time to use the acid
Yeah.
murder trick.
You would know.
Yeah.
Once again, you would know.
He's literally got skeletons in his closet.
I just have to say anyway. The thing that was nice was that he let Kara go with a warning, and then the little sting on that. We've all had this little sting, right? You go to get tabs, and then you get the dreaded. It's been 7 years, and you need to replace your license plate.
Was that mine?
It sure was.
Do I get the same number?
Nope.
Wait a minute, you don't look at your license plate anyway.
But I know the letters are nug, which makes me think of nuggets.
Or
nuggies.
Chicken
weed.
nuggies.
Or what?
That's what some people call like a certain amount of weed.
Oh, is
Oh,
it
really?
not?
Yeah. Ryan.
Ryan isn't here, is he?
No.
Oh, and
I
then
was
the
calling Kara Ryan.
got it. Ryan's
And they think
always
chicken
here.
nuggets okay.
Yeah, no, he had to watch people install a gate all day, so he's really tired.
Oh my goodness.
He complained all freaking day yesterday. He's like, oh, I gotta watch these people install a gate on a Saturday.
Man, I'd be sitting on like Netflix or YouTube. And
Well,
like,
that's what I told him. I was like, just take a nap. Who gives a crap if they install it wrong? It's like gate.
I'd have a podcast in or something. Like,
Yeah, I told him, I was like, you start watching the back episodes of Rise of the Podcast.
Right?
get our watch hours up,
Yep.
watch minutes.
Chris, so I'd heard that Chris's day had got a little bit derailed, and he had done a lot of work on the game and trying to get it to, which was really, really fun, by the way. And then he had to go get these at the last minute. Chris, it was worth you going back to grab these.
These are
Yeah.
hilarious.
Really fun.
For comedy value alone, I think they were completely worth
I was
the
gonna
trip.
I feel like this is a nice curve to it too. So if you were to go, I'd kind of like
Yeah, you get a really large, like, seeping wound out of it.
exactly. Just need the serrated edge.
Matt, are you further
kidding.
than arms with the way? just checking.
Yeah, I think I'm safe from here. I got this.
I think it just, I think it just goes to prove that, Kara belongs in your guys' ghost club. I'm just saying.
She's a ghost maker. You guys are ghost
right.
makers.
We just talked minutes ago. She needs a jumpsuit. So
He
she
says
can be
they're warm.
out there.
He says they're warm.
Oh, they are warm.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Do you guys have women in your Ghostbusters North?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I was gonna say. I was like, if you don't,
Actually-
I'll be first.
You see your guys' like, those are flight suits, aren't they?
Yeah.
He just said they got them from Stuff the 148th in the way.
Those are desert issue flight
The
suits.
last 18
So-
syllables you just said were so high pitched, I could not say.
Well, I didn't know if I was actually supposed to say things like that.
Oh, okay.
So
So that's why I did it in a high pitch that men can't hear.
I'll let you
Well
in on
done.
a little gee whiz secret. So there's a couple things that so what do you think of the first word? Let's play. It's like a word association game where you say fighter pilot. What's the first thing that comes to mind? Jet?
F-16.
Anybody else?
Yeah, jet.
Fighter pilot, right? Top Gun, arrogance,
Oh.
right? Cocky.
Okay, yeah.
That's
what
what
I'm used
Jeremy
to.
first thinks
Just
of.
saying.
Wow.
They're arrogant.
We know who Jeremy's gonna murder.
Well, we've all seen Tom Cruise.
My coworker did a funny comic, and he hung it at my desk. He hand drew it, and I love it. And it's a thing, and it says, "Why do fighter pilots don't use Tinder?" And then it's because they only swipe whatever direction on themselves, and that's it. Like no one. It's just this kind of sums it up. I think it's absolutely hilarious. But so there's a couple things. Is so that flight suits come for both people who fly cargo aircraft and fighter planes. Well, there's a couple rules that come along with ejection. So fighter pilots cut these tabs off because they can't be on there for ejection. And then on your legs, there's usually a knife pocket on your thigh, on your upper portion of your thigh.
Yeah, Matt's got the.
Yeah.
Okay? They cut those off too because there's one on their G suit. So they don't need the one on their flight suit, where cargo pilots don't wear G suits because they don't pull Gs. So they cut that knife pocket off.
Mine is cut up. I have a screen accurate one. His is the wannabe one over
Matt!
here. Yeah.
Matt! Yours belonged to a fighter pilot. He cut it off.
Where did you get yours from?
It was gifted to me by actual Ghostbusters.
Nice.
I thought this was one of your thrift store finds.
No, it was not. It was not. Yep.
I think I didn't even realize that you had, I just saw Adam's, that you had yours, and I was like, oh, that means that at least that one, either it wasn't ever issued, or it belonged to a cargo pilot, and then yours absolutely belonged to a fighter pilot because they cut that off.
Yeah.
You can even see how it was cut off. You can see it was there, and you can see the marks.
with a rusty knife.
That's right, it was. With Deathbringer.
With Deathbringer just
Then united.
Specifically,
Once
this is a
again.
reunion of that suit.
Just
and
need
that
to slide it
knife,
right into that
actually.
knife pocket again. You're good. Well, you should be missing the knife pocket then, right?
There's too many pockets to keep track of.
Oh,
here.
trust me, when I wash his uniform at home, Lord.
How many rolls of quarters do you find in his pockets?
pens. It's always pens. that
Pens,
slide
receipts,
in there.
and there's like 5 billion pockets that I have to dig through, and 9 times out of 10, I miss one.
Who'd have thought we'd be
When I go to work and then I have a giant ink stain on me, I go, my wife takes care of all of this for me.
Oh, and you're not supposed to wash his uniform with fabric softener.
Why is that?
Because you can see it under infrared light or like with night vision devices.
Oh, really?
You become reflective. Fabric softener makes your clothes reflective.
It also takes off the flame retardant.
It also takes off the flame. Yeah, absolutely.
Which is why I always wash Jeremy's uniform in fabric softener.
She's got a lighter and a bottle of kerosene with her at all times.
just waiting.
Karis.
Talk about
Once again, definitely the one to commit murder with.
How fun is that? For like like the wife who slowly poisons her husband to death or to death or whatever. A premeditated murder where something was supposed to be flame retardant, but literally the significant other or the murderer had stripped it all off ahead of time. And then he thinks he's fireproof, and he goes to get lit on fire, and then does.
You're talking like a stunt man, and his wife is like,
exactly.
Wow. And she's like, yeah, good luck surviving. I mean, have fun, honey.
Bye, Felicia.
That's strange. My name's Jeff.
And then you get the cool cutaway as like you see the flame reflection in her eyeballs, and the camera.
Right, and she,
nice.
It's like the little girl in front of the flaming building where she's like,
Yeah, somebody needs to make that meme now for you guys.
Absolutely.
I should recreate that. I could see you doing
with the
that.
husband burning in the background.
Yeah.
Well, with the last little bit of time here, I just want to ask you guys some more fun questions about the theme because, like I said, I'm just super excited about Halloween coming up this year, and it is a fun time of year. And we'll have to, like I said, watch Ghostbusters at some time. But so, Matt, what is your favorite Halloween or spooky movie if you had to pick one? I mean, minus Ghostbusters.
And Gravedigger
Chucky.
Dave. Well, don't take that one.
Well, okay. Yeah, that'll be yours then. That'll be yours.
Thanks for telling me what mine will be.
Yeah. You better like it.
You are like a husband-wife here.
So, hands down, the Halloween movie to watch, the ultimate Halloween movie.
Hold on, should I write this down?
His
If you
favorite.
want to,
Here,
you
let me write
can.
this down.
His favorite is Hocus Pocus.
Well, it is on the list.
Is it
It is
really?
on the short
Okay.
list. Of top 5, Hocus Pocus is always on.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I know it's a classic, but I didn't
making
realize
a
you'd be
second
into
one.
a movie about.
Yeah, they're
the
filming
three-
part 2 as we speak.
Really?
Hocus Pocus 2 in Salem right
Same
now.
characters?
Oh, yes.
The same actors,
Yes.
actresses?
At least the three
witches.
witches are back. For sure.
Nice.
The rest, it's just icing on the cake with the rest. Yeah. All right, Sweetums, let's see what your answer
Oh, go
is.
ahead and answer it.
All right, so without a doubt, the best Halloween movie of all time that you have to watch every year is Trick or Treat.
Boo!
You spelled it wrong, though. There's no Halloween.
No, I was talking about the one with Ozzy Osbourne and Gene
Oh,
Simmons.
well, you're sleeping on the couch.
You need to borrow this? Okay, so Adam, what's your favorite?
Here, we'll let you fight it out.
Yeah.
Here you go.
Wait a minute, I don't have a knife.
Yeah.
Jerry just handed you his.
Well, I would.
Blocky McBlockface, and he can have Deathbringer.
Yeah, you do like Trick or Treat, though, because you harassed that one kid today at Booth.
Yeah, that kid didn't even know who he was. The kid was dressed like that character. And I was like, you're the best character ever. And he's like,
I've never seen the movie.
What?
Wait, what?
Pumpkin, like a
Sam.
Yeah, Sam, it's that iconic character. He's got like the hood, and then he's got the orange little pajama jumpsuit with the little sack of candy,
Yep.
and just little iconic little mascot now for Halloween.
Yep.
Yeah. And the kid was dressed that way, and he didn't realize that he's the best Halloween character ever. I had to explain it to him, and the mom was like, "Oh, you'll watch it at some point." No, you watch it today.
Yeah, you go home right now.
Yeah.
If a Ghostbuster tells you to watch this movie, you say yes.
staple for
say,
you
"Yes,
every
sir."
year. You got to watch it.
Wait, Matt should write this down.
No, he doesn't have to.
Yes.
I don't
Adam
think,
just did it because he was that confident.
I don't think that he would get it, to be honest, and then he'd be really sad and mad about it.
Yeah, there we go.
That's a
You
good thing
want
we
to try
have
this?
knives.
You want to try this? You want to try this? What would I say?
I know a
Hold on.
specific answer. I'm quite certain. Okay,
You're going to be so mad because I know you're not going to get it at all.
you better say this thing that I'm writing down right now.
But, yeah, okay, I'm not going to say anything else because it'll give it away for him. So, but I will put money down that you will make this wrong.
You know, it is
can't even
funny.
read that.
When we were doing the wedding game earlier, you were talking about he might pick Gravedigger Dave
Oh, okay.
because
All right,
of his ego, right?
Yep.
And then he's in the fighter pilot suit. I'm just saying.
I'm just.
Oh, come on.
I'm just saying. Are we going to check the tapes and make sure Matt didn't just cut that off? So we're sitting here.
Okay, it's not Gravedigger Dave. Spoiler alert.
Yeah, as great as Keith's movie is, no, it's not that. Which both of us are in.
Yes.
But if I had to pick one that I have to watch every single year, I would have to say Ernest Scared Stupid.
Yes.
Ernest goes to Halloween.
So what I was gonna say was he's gonna spell it wrong. He's gonna put the wrong title down because he doesn't know the real title. And like even
Ernest Goes to Halloween is an objectively better title.
It is a way better title.
it's funny because Matt dressed up like Ernest one year for Crypticon in Minneapolis, and he like won the whole show. Like everybody loved it.
entire weekend.
And what's weird
Cool.
is that other people now dress up like Ernest at Crypticon.
I'd never seen another.
He was like the
Ernest
first
until
one to
then.
do it.
That's so cool.
So Matt refers to himself as Ernest. So we'll be out and about and seeing Ernest movies like, oh yeah, that's great. I went to Africa once. I played basketball.
I joined the
I
army.
went to jail. And then I also went to Halloween. And I'm like, okay.
Because Ernest has to go to somewhere. Ernest doesn't just sit around.
I know, but it's not even Ernest. It's me. Like,
I went to camp
What's
and
the
I went
Mingo
to
thing?
jail. And I went to all those
Slam
things.
dunk me.
Yeah, slam dunk me. You know, Brownie. You know what's going on.
Maz the Spaz in chat says the best Halloween movie is either The Great Pumpkin Charlie Brown or Mad Monster Party.
So it's
those
just
are good,
Two very good
but
picks.
they're not movies. They're specials.
Ooh,
That's true.
That's like so
If we're
last
talking
week-
Halloween specials, TV specials, those two would be in the top 10
Yep.
for sure.
Yep.
Last week, Chris asked me if chili is a soup or not, and I said no. I didn't know what to call it, but then he followed up with it's a stew. So it's funny that
Oh yeah, that's right.
you say that because you classified
Yeah.
it as a special instead of. But okay, next question. I think we talked about this, Matt. So I'm totally stealing it from the last time you were on. But you've been sharing a ton of stuff on social media. All the costumes you went as. Halloween trick-or-treating satchel. Was it a pillowcase, pumpkin? What's your favorite vessel for trick-or-treating?
I have to go classic pillowcase.
Pillowcase.
It's the most sturdy thing. I've tried numerous other things, especially those cheap like little bags they hand out, which are great, but they don't hold much candy and they will break if someone puts a can of pop in there.
Oh, yeah.
Which was always a thing. For some reason, I would always get pop. Like,
You know what? Now that you mention it, a couple years I did get a can of pop.
Yeah.
Absolutely did.
And it actually helped to like continue to recharge you as a child. They were like, I need hydration. You throw it back real quick.
Yeah.
Good for
to
another
go.
4 blocks.
Yep.
So did you ever get any non-candy items when you trick-or-treated?
Yes.
Popcorn ball.
Yeah. The things I liked though, some of the stuff I loved the most was like finger puppets and erasers and fun things like that. That you
Erasers were dope.
Yeah. Like, because those you could keep forever.
They had some of those at the zoo today. A couple of the tables had erasers and stuff. For Halloween.
That's cool.
Why didn't you grab me some?
I
Papa?
specifically have the one in my brain. They were vibrant colors and they went on pencil. And then they had like the 2 flat sides and then
Yep.
the 2 like.
Yeah, it was like an elongated diamond pattern.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. And those were like the coolest. They seemed to work the best because then the rubber erasers that were pink and a trapezoidal, those worked really good, and then they just dry out and then they don't work. But
Well,
do need
those
to
ones,
say-
if you erase too hard, those ones just broke off.
Maz said he saw Mad Monster Party in a theater, so he thinks it's a movie.
oh, really?
So I don't know if you guys want to
Touche,
fight with him
man.
about that or not, but that's a thing.
Mad Monster Party in a theater.
Yeah, that might have been like a reshowing though.
It must have been because that special
Yeah.
aired in like the 60s.
Yeah, that was
or
a TV
70s.
because that was the same studio that
That was
did
Rankin Bass.
Rankin Bass.
They did all those other holiday specials as well. Yeah.
Yep.
So Adam, vessel for Halloween candy as a kid.
Well, I've tried a lot of things. My most creative recent one was the ghost trap. I took my daughter trick or treating, and she went as a Ghostbuster too, and she did that, which worked
Nice.
great for a little bit until like they realized she's cute and they like just filled up the trap.
I was just about to say, there's no way people didn't give her extra candy.
But that's awesome because then you just dump it into a pillowcase or whatever
Yes.
else you
in your
have.
containment facility, as long as the guy doesn't turn the power off.
And then the next
good call.
person, though, is like, oh, this cute little girl doesn't have any candy.
Exactly.
Kaboom!
So that's a great vessel. Like you're talking overall like sturdy storage, but like initial grab, ghost trap.
We always did a combo of both. We'd walk around with like the little pillowcase or whatever, but then we would bring several paper grocery bags and put those in the car and just dump them out, but not all the way. You would dump most of it out and then look like you're just starting. And then every time each block, they'd be like, "Oh, you're just starting. Here, I'll just throw extra in
Yeah.
for you." And then that's the game you'd play all night. And you'd
The
get
psychology.
extra. Yeah, exactly.
I think we need to take a page from Gravity Falls and take a wheelbarrow with us and continually just dump our candy into a wheelbarrow.
That is an
And
excellent
it
episode.
Just end up with an entire wheelbarrow of candy at the end. Just saying.
I do have a couple more things on chat. So Maz says he saw it in 79.
Wow. You guys, like, the knowledge here is unbelievable.
Swanky said, speaking of theaters, my local theater is playing The Shining on Halloween.
That'd be the one to see.
Nice.
Then Maz is tossing another alternate choice is What We Do in the Shadows.
Technically a movie and a TV
Movie
show.
and a show, yeah.
Yep.
Those are good. Those are good picks.
Some good choices.
He's walking the line here about like, woo, what's what?
I have Shadow the Vampire, another good Halloween movie. We're just getting all the movie recommendations today.
Okay, just to end on like my last questions. You've been posting a lot, Matt. What was your favorite? Like, you don't have to pick your favorite, but just a memorable or fun costume you went as a kid.
Oh, well, Chucky.
Chucky?
And for some reason, that's the picture that got all the likes. Like, I'd been posting my childhood Halloween pics, and when I posted the Chucky one, that's the one that blew up for whatever reason.
It's because everybody knows you love Chucky. So
Yeah, but
how cute is it to
if
see
he
little
doesn't get any
Matt?
likes on this one, he's going to be real sad.
Or is it just that's the most like a very popular character and people associate
Well,
with
the thing I like about your post is like you went full, like dyed your actual hair.
Yeah.
red.
Yeah, I wasn't messing around that year. Yeah.
And then like you went, I think 2 years as like Chucky and then as something else. But like your friend in the photo went as Ghostface for 2 years in a row. Mm-hmm. And everyone's like, who's that guy? And you're like, that's the same guy. So.
I try to hit a different iconic horror character every year.
Adam, favorite childhood costume?
Favorite childhood one, like obviously 90s and stuff is you get the little plastic mask and the smock and like you're a Ninja Turtle, you know, that was cool and stuff. But like the most iconic one that relates to today is I actually went as the ghost from the Ghostbusters logo back in like the 80s. Wow. And I have a photo of it.
That's
and it's
awesome.
like we're still, you know, consistently doing this. So
I need to see that. How did you get the No logo around you?
well, no, it wasn't that. It was one of those smock masks with a plastic.
Oh, wow.
You know what I mean? But it was not a Ghostbuster. Like everybody wanted that, but it was Moogly, what they call Moogly now from the logo. So
Super cool.
Gwen actually has a question for you guys. I don't know if you want to. She's going to jump on the mic.
How old were you the last time you went trick-or-treating?
Ooh.
Exactly as old as I am now.
wait, that means that you went trick or treating today,
Well-
which technically you did. I guess I blew at the zoo.
Yeah.
Technically,
Yeah, I go trick-or-treating every year.
but you haven't gone this year. That's my point, though.
Yeah, well, today.
Well,
I mean, I would, if they're giving
Every
out
Halloween
candy did you visit more than one person to get candy?
Yes.
Then
Did
I
you
would say
threaten
that was
to
trick.
toilet paper their
trick-or-treating.
establishment if they didn't give you candy?
I missed that, Brownie. What was that?
Did you threaten to toilet paper their establishment if they didn't hand you candy in exchange?
That's always my go-to, but I didn't have to today.
Okay.
And have to resort to violence.
Yeah.
not today, because you would be most likely to murder somebody.
Okay, now I'm curious too, so now I've got to ask this. The fun side of Halloween. Matt, first, did you do any pranks as a kid on Halloween?
Always.
So, I mean,
Yes.
are we talking classics like TP, egging, or like share one with us if you'll.
Arson.
All of that. We would not only the classic, the toilet paper and that stuff. We would also play psychological games. So this is the thing. If you had your lights off or refused to give out candy, but you were home and you were ignoring the trick-or-treaters, and you refused to come to your door after us trying several times to get you to come to the door, then it was on. And we would play games. We would terrorize that house for a while. We would knock on the window. We would go around the side and jiggle the doorknob. And we would, we were psychotic about it. You cannot sit out of Halloween. Halloween's gonna come to you.
Right. I love it.
That should be the tagline for the next film.
He then murdered.
Halloween comes to you.
He then busted into the house and murdered the people.
In some alternate realities, yes.
Smart answer.
Adam, any pranks as a kid?
No, I actually grew up like in the country.
Okay.
So that wasn't really a thing. Like you go get your trick or treating and be done.
Got it. Yeah, because if you toilet papered your neighbor, they're gonna know who it was.
You got like a 3-mile walk to
Yeah,
like
exactly.
your house.
Well, and so do you remember, Matt, too, like the day before or even a week before they quit selling eggs to kids?
Yes.
I worked at
remember
a grocery store. I worked, I actually fried donuts in the bakery of a grocery store. But it was the first time I learned about it. Actually, was that I was working there one day, and they're like, "Oh, if kids come back here, can we ring people out or whatever? Let's sell any eggs to them because now we've reached the threshold where." You can't stockpile them. And I'm like, if kids were smart, they would just buy them before the cutoff, and then they're going to be rotten eggs when they're throwing them.
Keep them
they're
at a
like-
radiator.
Yeah, they're
Yep.
amping up the problem then.
If you're a kid out there and you want your devious lick for TikTok, okay.
Oh my gosh, don't encourage them.
Well, no, just buy your eggs in the summer and let them sit in the garage all for a while.
would today count?
Okay, what if our house gets egged by rotten eggs, Jeremy?
Well, they never bite the hand that feeds them.
They don't know where we live, so what if it happens?
You're holding the bludgeoning blade of doom. Kids, do you want to egg our house with a rotten egg?
Jeremy, this is Deathbringer. Do I need to remind you again?
Here's something to think about now. You've set the table, maybe not this year. They got to stockpile those eggs over the summer.
Yep.
What if Halloween lands on a Saturday, say around like 7 p.m. roughly, and you guys aren't home, and there's some nefarious kids that think you're home and they're tapping on your windows.
Jiggling the handle.
Yeah.
Making your deck unlevel.
Right. So as a funny story, and I think then we'll have to wrap up for tonight, even though I'm just having so much fun, is one of my favorite stories is my friend's dad. I believe I've told this before, but we'll tell it again because it's fun. He was driving down the road and kids egged his vehicle, okay? And it hit him right on the windshield. He got out and they were, pretty proud. They're like, yep, we did it. What are you going to do? He picked them up and used their body to wipe the egg off of his vehicle and then set them back down. So just be aware if you choose to stockpile your eggs and you choose to let them go rotten and then throw them, an old man may pick you up and wipe his house off or his vehicle off with you as the sponge. So let that be a lesson to you. But I thought that kind of is the epitome of it's not abuse, it's not being mean. You didn't beat the child. You're just, I feel like punishment fits the crime.
Well, I mean, if anybody complains about it, just say you're trying to put it in their hair because egg is actually very good for your hair.
Well, there you go. Yeah. Shampoo and conditioner.
There you go.
So I want to say, Chris, you've done it again, even though it's a little bit early. You came out with a bomb game this year, which was really, really, really fun.
Mm-hmm.
And
Kind of getting away from your mic a little bit, sorry.
Oh, it's twisted. There we go. And then I love that you guys came down. This is one of my favorite podcasts I've had in quite a while. This one's been
It was a
really,
good one.
Really fun.
Even better than Keith.
Wait. Yeah, I was going to say, is better than Keith?
I don't know. Keith is the bar.
Keith is great.
I mean, Keith will come back and then immediately raise the bar higher. So
Probably.
But until then, we'll just keep him off for a while.
You guys need to put a scoreboard up here between Matt and Keith.
Right.
Someplace
Who's been on the most?
Yeah,
Right.
appearance-wise.
I just finished Red Betty's and the Murder Farm. I cruised through it the other day. I loved the book.
Isn't that fantastic?
It's fantastic.
Oh, fun.
Keith, I will be Red Betty in your show.
Oh, I could see that.
Yeah. Oh, well, yeah.
Yeah, she's holding him.
Yep.
But Red
Make
Betty
your pitch
doesn't
again, Kara.
actually.
No, I know. Yeah. But still.
So, thank you guys both so much for coming on. Chris, if you want to take us out.
All right, well, thank you everyone who joined us live on Twitch. We are live Saturday nights at 7 o'clock on twitch.tv/Rise of the Podcast. If you're watching on YouTube, thank you for watching us on YouTube. Go ahead and like the video. It'll show that you want to see more content like this. Comment down below with any pranks you might have pulled when you were growing up while trick-or-treating. Don't forget to subscribe, ring the notification bell to be notified every time we upload a new video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and of course,
May Halloween be with you.